Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Read to Me, Miss Tracy, where we bring books to life. I'm your hostess, Miss Tracy. How you doing? Anyway, we love to bring stories to life, and we love to read books to kids. And I hope you kids out there that are subscribing, did you know that there's 100+ of you guys that subscribe to Miss Tracy's story channel? Woo! 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 Tell some more of your friends, the ones at school and your church and the ones in your neighborhood that you play with. And, before you go to bedtime, maybe you can give them a call and say, hey, did you read a story from Miss Tracy today? Yeah. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do. Hit that little red button right down there and subscribe. We loved knowing that people are reading along with us. And I hope that you're going to your local library and utilizing that library card, child, before you buy these books online. And if you do buy them online, get them at your local bookstore like I See Me or Progressive Emporium like we have here in St. Louis where I live. And if not, go to the library or check them out online, okay? So no more time wasted right there. We're going to read some stories because that's what we do here. I've got an excellent book. It is called We Chose You. It's a story about adoption, family, and forever one. It's by Tony and Lauren Dungy. Tony Dungy was a famous football coach, so they have a wonderful family, and they want to talk about your wonderful families. Some of us have families where we're born and we live in the house with our moms and dads. Sometimes we have stepmoms and stepbrothers and sisters, stepdads and things like that. Sometimes we've been adopted, but they all love us the same. Sometimes we live with grandmas or abuelas or aunties or guardians. Sometimes we have foster homes, but that's okay. We still are here and we are still loved, okay? All right, because I know Miss Tracy loves you. That's why she loves to read to you. Let's get started, shall we? Cool pictures on the inside. We chose you. Let's see. Hey, sweetie, how was school today? Calvin's mom called as he and Dad walked through the front door. Pretty good, said Calvin, hanging up his backpack. Didn't sound like it, did it? Calvin has a special assignment for tomorrow, said Dad. Calvin nodded. I have to tell the class about my family, and he looked worried. Let's see what Mom says. Can you tell me about our family again? About how you chose me? Mom and Dad smiled. Of course, said Dad. Calvin sat down between his parents, and Mom picked up the big red photo album. This was the beginning of our family, she said, pointing to a smiling couple cutting the wedding cake. Oh, isn't that nice? Miss Tracy hopes to be cutting some wedding cake at some point, in her lifetime. Sheesh. Calvin giggled at the next picture of his parents with frosting on their faces. And it was a great family, but we knew right away someone was missing, said Dad. Mom nodded. We spent a long time waiting for a baby. We prayed every day for that baby. Calvin's eyes grew wide. Every day? Dad grinned. Every single day. Mom squeezed Calvin's hand. Waiting for you was the hardest thing we had ever had to do, but we believed that God would make us a family someday. We searched high and low, his dad said, and near and far, because we weren't looking for just anyone. You were looking for me, Calvin explained. That's right, said Dad. And when you found me, We chose you, Mom and Dad said together. You chose me. You chose me. You chose me. Calvin repeated happily those words. Always made him feel special. I have an idea, said Mom. Why don't we make a poster about our family for you to use when you talk to your class? Yeah, Calvin said as he jumped up to get his markers. A little while later, as Calvin sat coloring his poster, he had another question for his mom. If I didn't grow in your tummy, am I really a part of your family? His mom sat down next to him. There are lots of ways to make a family, she said. Every single family is created by God, but God doesn't create every family the same or in the same way. Calvin thought about that, like how Marcus has sisters, but Jasmine doesn't have any. Yeah, there's Marcus and his sisters. Jasmine, she's like me. Jasmine, I'm an only child. I don't have any other brothers and sisters. Mom nodded. Or how Kendra lives with her grandma, or Landon lives with his dad and his stepmom. All families are special and important no matter how we're created. Calvin looked at his drawing of family as his mom continued. Sometimes God uses a mom and a dad to create a baby, and sometimes he brings them a baby through adoption, like he did with you. He puts together every family exactly the way he wants it. Calvin looked impressed. You mean God chose you and Dad for me? He sure did, said Mom. And he chose you for us. Wow, Calvin exclaimed. I'm putting that on the poster. Mom laughed. Cute pictures. That night, as Calvin was getting ready for bed, he had a hard time choosing between his red pajamas and his blue ones. When Mom and Dad came in to say goodnight, they found him looking worried. If you chose me, does that mean you can change your mind? Like I did about my pajamas? Oh, no, Calvin. Good question, but no. What if you decide you don't want a kid who is taller? Or what if you decide you want a kid who is taller or better at math? What if I get into big trouble? Could you unchoose me someday? Dad shook his head. We didn't choose you because of how you looked, Calvin, or because of your talents or your behavior. We chose you and we love you no matter what you do or what you look like. We would love you even if you had purple hair and green teeth. Yikes! But that's true. Your parents and your adoptive parents, they love you no matter what. That's called unconditional love. Look at Calvin's purple hair and green teeth. Calvin laughed at the idea of green teeth, and Mom and Dad laughed too. But then Dad's voice turned serious. Once we became your parents, we all became a family. You can't unchoose family. Boy, don't I know it. Mom picked up Calvin's red pajamas from the floor. Nothing about our family was an accident. Psalm 139 says that God had special plans for each one of us before we were even born. For you and Dad, too? Calvin asked. Oh, yes, said Mom. Before Dad and I were even born, he knew he was going to make us a family and make you our son. Dad put his hands on Calvin's shoulders. When we chose you, we became a family forever. Forever, echoed Mom, and she gave him a big kiss. And now it's time to turn out your light and get some rest before school tomorrow. Yeah. Calvin snuggled down under his blanket. Tomorrow I'm going to tell my mom and my class all about how I have the greatest family ever. The end. There we go, folks. That's the end of that story. We Chose You by Tony and Lauren Dungy, where you can get that at your local bookstore like I See Me or Progressive Emporium here in St. Louis, or online with Amazon.com, or check it out at your local library like I did, St. Louis Public Library. Sure can. Get it free 99, child, and if you really love it, then you go and buy it. Well, I go and buy it anyway. Anyway, the next time, be sure to subscribe, share the books, share the Storytime channel with your friends and your teachers. And if you have a book that you want me to read that I haven't read yet, because I'm planning on reading them all, if there's a story, tell me your name in the comments and tell me what the story is, because I did that just like Holly Hannick did. And her kids have a book that they really like to hear. And so I'm ordering them and I'm going to get them for you. Okay? So in the meantime, I'll see you later, alligator, in a while, crocodile. Give a hug, ladybug, blow a kiss, jellyfish. I see you soon, big baboon, out the door, dinosaur. Take care, polar bear, wave goodbye, butterfly. Give yourself a hug. Miss Tracy loves you. Keep reading.